Hello beer tubers and welcome to a Homebrew Wednesday. I haven't done one of these in probably 3 years. I don't homebrew too much anymore, but right now we have a lot of stuff that can be used for a Homebrew Wednesday because we've got 2 homebrews from subscribers and you guys wanted to hear about my homebrewed wine. So first Homebrew Wednesday in a long time, so to all you homebrewers out there and everyone who watches, happy Homebrew Wednesday. First off, we're going to be tasting a beer from one of my subscribers, Christian, here in Denmark, and it is this one, I guess it's just called number 7 double IPA, in a little growler with a tag on it. It's 750 flip top, or 500 milliliter flip top. So it kind of looks like a crowler, but this is his attempt at making something similar to the Vermont type IPA. He has had, was it Society in Solitude 5, I think, from Farmstead, which blew his mind, and he wanted to do something in that vein. So should be really interesting. So I guess since it's called 7, it's the 7th time he tries to, do a tweak on this beer. So it's got some pretty cool hops in it. It's got Columbus, Galaxy, Citra, and Mosaic. I mean, that's a good hop combo. And Columbus is only for bittering, and then the malt is Golden Promised, wheat malt, flake, oat, and Belgian aromatic. So, nice simple malt bill. It's on 8%, and then he uses British ale yeast. So, not Vermont ale yeast, but British ale yeast, but a lot of people say that that's what they kind of started using over in the Vermont area and whatnot. So let's start off with that one and get back to the other 2 after it. So we got Christian's homebrew pour now, and it's the, again, 7 double IPA, Columbus, Galaxy, Citra, Mosaic, 8%. He actually said I didn't have to review it, but I thought I should do a Homebrew Wednesday video now that I had so many homebrew-y things to look at. And this looks exactly like the Vermont juice bombs. This looks closer than some of the commercial examples or tries at making it I've seen. And the room right now smells very juicy. Not too much head, but it comes from a keg. He actually sent it yesterday and he said crack it as soon as you can. Hopefully the day it arrives, and it arrived today. So yeah, let's just check out the aroma. It smells amazing. It's a very hazy orangey color. Looks like juice. Wow, is this a homebrew? What? Wow, there is not. Often when I get homebrews from people, you get that characteristic kind of malt grain. Nope, this is juice. Dude, what the fuck? This smells so Galaxy forward and so Mosaic forward. Those 2 dominate. It's got that almost blueberry edge with so much tropical fruit. So, wow, dude. Wow, so much tropical fruit. Sweet citrus, passion fruit, pineapple, papaya. It's fruit punch bowl. I want to try this. This smells crazy. A little bit of dankness too, but let's try it. Holy shit. This is better than some commercial examples I've tried from breweries trying to recreate the New England thing. Wow. It's got more dankness and earthiness, which is probably from the Columbus. But wow, this is damn good shit. It's got the mouthfeel too. That chewy mouthfeel. There is a little bit of an acrid, kind of hop, bittery flavor on the back end. I'm guessing it's from the Columbus, but the aroma on it is insane. And it kind of follows through on the flavor too. Lots of sweet citrus, that almost blueberry edge. Very also dry and bitter on the tongue. But nice, slightly chewy mouthfeel. Yeah, this is a very well done homebrew. I wish I could brew something like that myself. That's a good job, Christian. Some papaya, passion fruit, tropical notes. It's like up front you get those, and then the acrid thing comes. There's some sweetness from the wheat and the oat as well. But that acrid bitterness is the only kind of detractor for it being close. But for a homebrew, dude, you're getting close to dialing this in. I'm not gonna rate homebrews because it's people, it's a very personal thing for a lot of people. But if we're gonna, at least not, let's do the thumb scale then, because that's more simplified. And this is definitely a 2 thumbs up for a homebrewed IPA. This is probably the best homebrewed IPA I've had, and that is 100% honest. That is really impressive. Keep doing what you're doing, Christian. This is really damn good. So we're back with the next beer, guys, and this one was sent from Jens Tirfing in Sweden. So he's a homebrewer as well, and this is his Some Kind of Monster Imperial Stout on 11.5% with a great label. That label looks awesome. So yeah, he contacted me on Facebook and asked me if I still did homebrew reviews. I don't do them too often because, you know, homebrews you guys can't get and whatnot. But I thought it'd be fitting to do this video because I had a collection of homebrews to try now and give my thoughts on, including my wine. So this one sounds really interesting. 11.5% Imperial Stout. Called, as I said, Some Kind of Monster, like the Metallica song. Brewed with chocolate and coffee, and he added cacao nibs and oak chips infused in bourbon to the secondary fermentation. So that sounds like a pretty nice Imperial Stout, and it's pretty much pitch black. I mean, no, super oily and pitch black. No light coming through. Tan head. Oh, that smells really nice too. Lots of cocoa, like really sweet chocolate, fudgy chocolate, and vanilla. And I wonder I don't think it has vanilla. He even has like ingredients here on the side. No vanilla. Wow. I'm not getting tons of bourbon. There's maybe a bit of bourbon sweetness, but the dominant aroma is chocolate and coffee, that cold brew coffee. Wow, and it's got a savory umami edge to it, like roasty, toasty, soy saucy thing. Yeah, this smells really good. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks, Jens, for the beer. That is a really good Imperial Stout. Now, I'm not just saying this as with the other one because it's a homebrew. No, this is actually really good. Seriously, it's awesome when you try homebrews that doesn't have that homebrew-y taste, you know, that grain profile. This is just silky and rich. I'm not tasting 11.5%. Really nice coating mouthfeel. It sucks that we're trying my wine last because it's gonna suck compared to this and the other one. Really nice sweet vanilla, cocoa, sweet milky chocolate, roasty, charry notes, umami-esque. There's a little more of an oak charred woodiness on the flavor. It's a little subtle. It's not as forward as in a bourbon barrel-aged beer, but you're getting a little bit of that with a little bit of bourbon sweetness. It leaves that sticky gloss on your lips. Wow, this is really good. That is impressive homebrew. Really nice sweet vanilla, fudgy chocolate. Man, this is what does it remind me? It has got a light, similar chocolate flavor to Mikkeller Coca Shake. A similar chocolate flavor, but more of roast and more, roasty, toasty, and more umami. Wow, that's really good. That's a really fucking good homebrew, Jens. And an awesome label, too. Yeah, again, rating-wise, it's going to be the thumb thing, so I'll say 2 thumbs up again. This also tastes like a commercial beer, so to both Jens and Christian, good job. Yeah, I really need to homebrew more. I would love to be able to brew something like this. This is great. This is something I'd pay money for, to be honest. So, great stuff, guys. I'll get done sipping on this and we'll get back with my wine, which is going to be very disappointing compared to this, I think. But yeah, cheers and see you guys. The last Homebrew Wednesday product, my own homebrew, my first ever wine. So I think I just mentioned it in a beer review a while ago, but last year my grandmother had hip surgery and she has a big plum tree in her garden. And usually every year she picks up the plums or picks them and then uses them for jams and just, you know, to snack on for cakes and whatnot. But this year, because she had the surgery, she couldn't go out and pick them, and she was like, anyone who wants free plums, come and pick up free plums. And I got in talks with her, and for a while, my grandfather, when he was alive, made fruit wines, and his most famous in our family was his cherry wine. And we have, I think, one last bottle left from the last batch he did make before he died, which was, I never met him. He died before I was born. But we have one last bottle, and every Christmas we have it for dessert with the traditional Danish risalamande, which is a rice pudding dessert we have usually for Christmas. So I got in talks with her, and she told me that he used to make different kinds of wine, and actually the plums that she had in her garden, he used to make plum wine out of. A plum white wine or rosé or whatever you wanted to call it. So she said, you should drop on over and let's figure something out about this. So I came over, and she found the old ass recipe written down on a crumbly piece of paper, and I tried to recreate it. So it's a very personal wine, and it's a kind of a cool historic thing for me and my family. So my dad heard about it, and he was like, oh shit, we should start doing the wine production again. So this year he wants to do more fruit wines. He has tons of fruit in at his place, in his, I don't know what you would say, his Lemsted, as we say in Danish. I don't even know how you translate that, but you've seen it on video. So he was in to make more wines, and yeah, I ended up making this for myself. So I followed the recipe, used about 18 kilos of plums for about 25 liters of plum wine. It ended up around 12%. When I did it, I didn't press them, because usually you would want to press your fruit and then use the fruit juice and ferment the fruit juice and mix it with hot water and whatnot. What I did, because I didn't have a fruit press, I boiled the plums until soft and pressed the boiled plums and used some of the water and whatnot. So I didn't get as much juice as I could have, which is why this is a little bit lighter in flavor. Because the alcohol you get from this, according to his recipe, is pretty much from sugar, because you use sugar in it to get the alcohol up. And I used wine yeast, and I basically used a kit you could buy online on a Danish homebrew shop called Maltbazaar, and I used their kit for making fruit wines. It pretty much looks like a very, very light rosé. I mean, it's like a pinkish yellow color. Yeah, and the aroma on it. It's so weird talking about wine like this, but very floral and very plum forward. Actually, more floral than I remember when I had it. Like I haven't cracked a bottle of this in 3 months, I think. Almost honey-esque now, but it's very vinous, and it smells like kind of rosé-like, but with a very intense fruity plum nuance, and then also some floral notes. And pretty much the same with the flavor. It's kind of like a chuggable wine for its ABV. It's got some nice tartness. It's got that kind of floral, sweet plum flavor, rosé-esque flavor. It's not a mind-blowing wine, but it was more or less, the reason why I made it was because it was, an idea I got because, hey, my grandfather used to make wines. She couldn't use the plums for anything, so hey, let's make one of his plum wines. So this got me and Dad thinking, as I said. So next year we will try and do different wines with a fruit press instead, because that's probably going to be better. But yeah, I'm not going to rate my own wine, because that'd be weird. I'd probably give it a thumbs up, just because I'm proud of recreating something that has to do with my personal heritage. So yeah, and a fun thing also, random, I'm actually named after my grandfather. He was called Peter as well, so it was fitting that I would recreate one of his recipes. The coolest thing would be to recreate the cherry wine that he used to make, that we drink once a year for Christmas. But we'll see about that. Hopefully we can do that. So that does it for this Homebrew Wednesday. People wanted some thoughts on this wine, and I had the homebrews to try. So yeah, been a while since I made one. I'm not sure when I'm going to make one again. I don't know when I'm going to be homebrewing. So yeah, guys, thanks a ton for watching. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. And I'm going to say cheers in some nice homemade plum wine. And see you guys in another beer review.